Hello everybody, welcome to Matic TV. A midweek without a game for United, so no match day vlog this week. So ideas for another video, something a little bit different. So I posted on Instagram yesterday asking people to get their questions across in terms of anything you wanted to about Man United at the moment. And obviously you can imagine the tone at the moment with everything going on. So we're going to get into a few of them questions. Going to bring up what was said and what was asked, and hopefully I can get through quite a few of them. I won't be able to get all of them in, obviously, because there has been quite a few, but I've been getting inundated with DMs at the moment, and it is virtually impossible to get back to absolutely everyone. So I just wanted to give something a little bit, give something back, just a little bit, like getting your opinions mainly on certain topics. You've heard what my thoughts are. I'm still getting over everything that's gone on this week and everything that's been happening at the club. So time for you guys to get your say and let's see what you guys think. Let's get into some of your questions. First one in from Martini Shakes. Great Instagram name, by the way. Yeah, I wonder if we should do a prize for the best Instagram names. YouTube ones are classic as well. Love the YouTube ones. But Martini Shakes, would you move Ollie upstairs as a director of football? He has built a decent squad. But that comes down then on your opinion of, do you think Ollie has been making these signings? Because you would look at it and you would say, Donny van der Beek, Jadon Sancho, these players who we just don't see, especially Donny van der Beek. Did Ollie buy Donny van der Beek? Did Ollie buy Jadon Sancho? Because nearly a third of the way into the season, we've still not seen Sancho, and it doesn't look like we're going to see Sancho. It will be interesting what he's forced into this weekend, because I think any team selection will be forced upon him this weekend. But in terms of sending him upstairs, I think there is a place for him at Manchester United, and like you said, he has changed the environment at the football club and done some good things for the club. It's just as a manager, it's just not going to work. We know this. So yeah, I mean, there is a role for him there. Maybe this should have been looked into sooner, mate, to be honest. I do get where you're coming from. He has bought decent players. Our recruitment has been better than in previous years. I'll agree with that. It's just that question, though. Ask yourself, has Ollie made all of these signings, though? Because there's some of them that just don't even get a look in, and it's a lot of money. I think what Sancho, Van der Beek and Telles, say, for instance. What's that there? Maybe 130, 40 million? It's a lot of money. Has he bought all of the players? That's what I'll say back to that one. Cheers for that one, mate. Another great one here. Papa_Fizzylum. A great name. On this one, a few people have asked this question, and it came to light this week that Sir Alex Ferguson was part of all the questions and negotiations regarding Ollie and his future. And in the end, a lot of people now have started looking at it going, what do you think of Sir Alex Ferguson's involvement in all of this? And this is what Papa's saying here in this question. It's like, how do you want to, you don't want to put any slant on anything that sort of Sir Alex Ferguson, he's got every right to say and have his opinion on it. How much of an opinion, you would say, is the bigger question. So rather than going in on Sir Alex Ferguson, a few people have, is he a problem? Is he not? I mean, I heard Saeed talking, I seen his tweet the other day. He's not afraid to stand up and say Sir Alex Ferguson is a problem. We just don't know, do we? Because Manchester United is such a closed book, we just don't know how much of a say Sir Alex Ferguson has on anything. We've seen the pictures. We've seen the pictures of him in the stand, him puffing his cheeks out, Kenny Dalglish a few rolls across, laughing his balls off. I mean, let's be honest, Sir Alex Ferguson will have an input on certain things. I'm not sure how much of a say he would have on it. And in the end, is Sir Alex Ferguson saying, look, who is the available right now at this stage amid all these massive, massive games? Who is available right now to change it? I mean, do you want another manager to come in right now? That's how I would look at it. I think that's how you would sort of assess it. Maybe Sir Alex Ferguson saying, let's wait till the international break. Let's see how he does in these games. Because a manager coming in is going to struggle against City next week, no matter who it is. And do you really want a new manager setting off in that way? With everything's going on at the moment? Maybe they're looking at it differently. Maybe he has got too much to say. and he shouldn't have that much of a say, especially when it comes to the team now. And this is Ollie's team now, not Sir Alex Ferguson's team. So really, maybe Sir Alex Ferguson should be restricted in what he says. Don't know. Hopefully that pretty much covers that question. Martin Karen says, do you think a new manager will be able to get more out of the likes of Sancho, Pogba, Telles, technical players as such, in terms of a new system and whatnot? Well, I've had this conversation many a time, especially with Ricky. Ricky seems to think that you can just put these players and these players will do better, and he's written off certain players, which we always disagree about, as everyone knows. But I always said all along, I said the likes of not even so much them players there, because they've had other managers, Greenwood, Rashford, Bruno. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking at these players going, I want to see what they turn out to be like under new management, because that's pretty much all they know. Bruno may be a little bit different, obviously with Sporting and different sort of international setup when he goes on international duty with Portugal. But wouldn't you be intrigued to know how well we can improve the likes of Rashford and Greenwood under a proper coaching setup? Because let's not forget, people can slag Rashford and Greenwood off all they want, and Bruno, but this is under the guidance of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his merry men and the coaching setup. So that question, that is a really important question. And the answer to it is, I would say yes without knowing. I'm guessing, obviously, because you don't know until it's there and it happens. But I would be massively, massively intrigued to see how all of this squad work under a proper coach. Because let's not forget, Mourinho came in bombshell. It went completely wrong. Van Gaal, he was just past it. It wasn't for him. Straight off the back of David Moyes, it was turmoil. Maybe Van Gaal of the longer run might have done better. But personally, I would be buzzing to see exactly what this team can do under real coaching. Under a Conte, would we see Telles more? Would we see Sancho converted to a wing-back? These sort of questions, that's what I really want to know. So yeah, I do think another manager will get more out of this squad, 100%. Nick_Maccabee1 with a little bit of a left field sort of question there. But yes, in terms of the platform and if I'm enjoying it. Guys, as you know, I've been doing this now for coming up to nearly 3 years. I absolutely love covering United and talking United and getting everyone and as many people involved in the conversation as possible. You've seen the call-in shows, you've seen the amount of guests I've had on, and right now I am absolutely off my feet, busy. Full enough today, and where I am just now, I'm making this video in between going down for a meeting with a look towards some fresh stuff going forward with the United stand. So yeah, I'm loving doing what I do. I'm privileged to be doing what I do, and it's all because of you guys and your involvement and your support behind the channel. That's how you get this platform, mate. That's how you do it. You stick to your guns and you stick at it, and you're open book. Everyone's got an opinion, even if they don't agree with you. Their opinion is valid. It's their opinion, and that's how you work it. That's how you go at it. You sort of have your own and your own say, but don't discard people's opinions just because you don't agree with them. You take them on board and you try and dissect them and work it out and figure out why you would think that way and look at it that way. Look at it from their point of view. And that's what I do on this channel, and that's what I get across, hopefully, on United Stand. I'm now talking to people outside the grounds, doing the vlogs, even chatting off camera with people. Absolutely love it. That's why I always encourage people to come over and have a conversation with me in between, or after the game, before the game. People in the stands are doing it now, people before the game and after the game, as you know. It's absolutely brilliant, and yeah, absolutely buzzing doing what I do. It's tiring, and at the moment it's not great talking negative, but there's always a conversation to be had regarding United. There's always something to talk about, and the conversation is intriguing every single time because it's such a massive club with massive history, and the worldwide fan base that's involved in it is why it's so interesting. And that's what I try and bring to my platform or any other platform that I'm actually working on. You may not agree all the time, but that's what we love about it. It's a bit of a debate, it's a bit of a conversation, and it wouldn't be much fun if everyone agreed on everything, would it? Stevie Wonder 1, another great Instagram name, mate. Well done with that one. Yeah, there are loads of questions I wanted to get in, but I can't, obviously. The video can only go on so long, and I want to try and give as much information, much feedback to each question I possibly can. Where will we finish if Ole is still in a job this season? I thought that one was important because, you know what, with everything that's going on, there's every chance that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still going to be in a job by the end of the season. As scary as that sounds, and I'm in that boat, I'm not just saying that just to wind people up or get people's attention. That is a fact. He's here now, and God knows if he gets the luck of the draw and wins the next 3 games, God knows where this club will be. I think that question was asked by someone else from my post as well, so this is pretty much going to cover quite a few of your questions with this one. If Ole was still in a job come the end of the season, judging from what I've seen, and this is, I think, with Ronaldo being in the team right now, makes a massive difference in terms of where we're going to finish. You would have thought Ronaldo, best player on the planet, coming into this team, we're going to be finishing and challenging. That's what I thought. That's what nearly everyone thought. We thought you can't really go wrong with this. But then we sort of naively took for granted the qualities that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got as a manager. And like I said then, we've got Ronaldo in, we've got Sancho in, and we've got Varane in. Sancho isn't getting a sniff in. He doesn't know how to play him. Ronaldo is kicking up a stink beyond any level that Solskjaer can handle. And if Solskjaer did keep his job, these players, and it's all right, yeah, he may have talked to the players. And Solskjaer's talked to the players as well today. So what? So what if you talk to the players? I'm sure you do that every day, don't you, when you're in training? So what difference is today going to make? Because you've had your ass kicked by Liverpool, the conversation changes? No, because you still got to get out there and make the tactics. You still got to get out there and make these players believe that you're good enough to be a manager, and what you're saying they are going to take on board and take that onto the pitch, which we haven't done all season. I said it before, Leeds was the only game. Second half against Atalanta. That's it, really. The Liverpool game's been happening all season, people. It's just that we came up against a very good team who pretty much just dissected us and our tactics and how bad we've been playing. They showed us for what we really were. That's the difference. We've been playing as bad as we have against Liverpool all season. So, for me, if we do still have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as manager this season, I'm afraid we're back to Thursday night football because we're not finishing the top 4. I don't think we will finish in the top 4. I think there's enough out there now and enough going forward with other teams that have seen and teams taking it, but looking at United going, there's a chance. There is a very good chance we can take that 4th spot now. Whereas at the start of the season, you would have said the top 4 was done and dusted. But, no, it's not. It's really not, is it? We've got to look at it realistically, guys. And from what we've seen, nearly a third of the way through the season, this is a good time to judge it. And yeah, I think things can pick up. Certainly, they can pick up. But under Ole, and we've seen the stink that the players are kicking up now as well. And yeah, we may be getting a reaction this weekend at Tottenham. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about what we might see on the pitch. But honestly, if Solskjaer was in charge, I'd see us finishing 5th or 6th at best. Right now, in the games we've got coming up, I mean, I'm fearing Brentford, I'm fearing Watford. Never mind Spurs and City. Then we've got Arsenal and Chelsea, who I think are both better than us at the moment. So the next 6 games, never mind the next 2, the next 6 games, let's look at that. Would you rather only be in charge of them games, knowing that this dip in form is always going to come back again with Ole? We're already having an horrendous start to the season, down in 7th. By the weekend, by the time we play Spurs, we could be mid-table. After this weekend, wow, God knows where we'll be if the result doesn't go right against Spurs. But imagine going into the international break, bottom half of the table, because that's where we'll be after City. Because if Ole's in charge, we will not beat Manchester City. Maybe, like I said before, in terms of what Sir Alex Ferguson may have been putting across is take the short-term loss, give him that chance after this horrendous game against Liverpool, and if it fails, I'll step aside, we move on, a new manager gets the international break and starts off with not having to deal with this squad in disarray with Man City, who are flying at the moment. Give the new manager a start. That's what I think. But in terms of the overall question, no, we won't make Champions League with Solskjaer this season now, from what I've seen. The players have had enough. And yeah, no matter what happens now, the conversations, they may have had crunch talks. That's not going to carry us through to the end of the season. At the end of the day, the tactics are always going to come back and bite us on the arse. And with Ollie in charge, we know we haven't got that many. So, now the players are realising it has to change. If he did stay in charge, I'll still go to the games. I'll still get behind the team like I do every single week. But the same questions are going to be talked about, and same answers won't have been answered every single game afterwards when we're talking. When we're talking about what's happened, the conversation will be the same. We've seen it now. We're not talking a handful of games here now. We're talking over a dozen games into the season. And without a last-minute Ronaldo header against Villarreal when we was appalling, without that second half, just throw everything in the kitchen sink at Atalanta, where the hell would we be right now? Where would we be? Atalanta away next week, Spurs away this weekend, and City at home. It's a tough group of games for any manager, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be sending us backwards. And I do believe we will go into the international break bottom half of the table if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is in charge. I'm judging that. I'm not being biased and by any way stretch of the imagination full on Ollie out or just to get all these hits. I'm looking at what I've seen and what I've witnessed every game. I've been to every game this season, and I'm judging it from what I've seen, the player reactions, and what Ronaldo was like at weekend when he stormed off the pitch without even shaking one person's hands. Didn't even clap the singing section Stretford End as he went down the tunnel. I'm looking at that. I'm looking, you can't turn around that. And that's what I'm taking. That's what I'm judging off, and that's what that decision is for me and where we will be if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still in charge of this football club and this team. That's that. Finish up, obviously, the talks are going forward to the Spurs game knowing that Ollie's in charge. I thought I'd bring Holly's question in here. You may have noticed Holly on some of the fan vlogs on the United Stand as well now, our newest member of the home fan vlogs. She's been talking a lot of sense. And yeah, this question covered a lot of people's as well. I'll do two birds with one stone with this one, because people are asking best 11, what's your team now? And then how do we approach Spurs this weekend and predictions? So there's two really. It's simple for me. It is simple for, well, it's a bit brutal for me, but I do believe, and you'll see this, I'll mention this on game day and this weekend as well, but I do feel like, and I may be just arrogantly jumping the gun a little bit here, but I do feel like the team selection this weekend, you could get McFred, you really could, and the arrogance of Solskjaer again, I just feel like this team selection this weekend is going to be totally different, simply because of what's happened. I may be completely wrong, and I will hold my hands up gladly if I am wrong, but I see it being completely changed simply because we got the reaction we did from the fans and the result against Liverpool. It shouldn't take this much for Solskjaer to change his mind. I think he will, though. I do. For me, though, let's just do me, because it's pointless trying to guess what Ollie's going to do. It's a minefield trying to figure out what Solskjaer's going to do with his team anymore. And one I don't want to tread down, because I'll end up being blown up if I try and predict what Ollie's going to do. But for me, it's quite straightforward. Luke Shaw, you're shocking, mate, at the moment. Dropped. Telles comes in. I'm bringing in players that probably deserve to be in that team right now. Varane will be fit for this game as well, guys. So I'm going to go with Lindelof and Varane. I'm dropping Maguire and I'm dropping Luke Shaw. I'm making a statement. I think Lindelof's probably been our best defender at an average sort of level, because the rest have been shocking. So Lindelof's been average and the rest have been crap. So he keeps his team because he's average. He keeps in the team because he's average. I don't care it's Harry Maguire. I don't care if he's the United captain. I really do not care. These players need to be taken account for their performances. His interview afterwards, his whole performance since he's been back has been one of League One standard. He's been absolutely atrocious, and I love Maguire. But I'm going to be brutal now. This is what I would do, just to make a statement. Wan-Bissaka just about clings on to his spot. He's part of that defence, which is a nightmare at the moment. But I do believe that the carnage of that centre-back partnership has made him look worse. I think most of the damage came from our left-hand side anyway, against Liverpool. I know it was... it was all down the left, wasn't it? It was. Okay, I'm keeping Wan-Bissaka in. I'm putting Matic and I'm putting Donny in midfield. McFred get nowhere near for me. Pogba's suspended, so that takes care of itself. I'm going to go and I'm going to say, and this is just me playing the 4-2-3-1 because I know that's what Ollie's going to do. I would change formation completely, but I'm being realistic as well here. I would put Bruno in at 10. Obviously, I'm going to go Rashford on the left. I'm going to go Sancho on the right. And then I'm going to go Ronaldo in the middle. What would I normally do? How would I play it now? I'm already starting to think on Conte terms and playing 2 up front with wing-backs now. So Rashford's going to start missing out. He's going to have to compete for 2 spots up front. I'm saying... No, actually, I'm going to go balls in. There we go. Pardon the way I put that across there. I don't mean it like that, but I'm going all in. Let's just say it that way. Rashford... Martial, Greenwood, you're going to have to fight with Ronaldo and Cavani for the 2 spots up front. We're going to have to change this up here. I think this team is capable of playing the wing-backs. I do think we are capable of doing it. I think Sancho is tidy enough to play as a wing-back. I think we should play 3 centre-backs. I think we should have Bruno just behind the front 2. And then we should have 3 centre-backs, 2 midfielders, 2 wing-backs. What's that add up to? Keeper, 3, yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect, yeah. So, 3, 5, 2. That's my formation for Manchester United. And if it was a 3-5-2... God, this is crazy. It's like FIFA style, isn't it, right now? But I don't care. This is how I think a Conte would look at it. And this is what's intriguing. I would say Wan-Bissaka gets dropped. I would say Luke Shaw gets dropped. I would see Telles come in. I would see Telles on the left because I think he's as good going forward as he is going backwards. Better than backwards. Sorry, yeah, better going forwards than he is going backwards. I would put Sancho on the right. You may think it's ludicrous, but I think with 3 centre backs we'll have more than enough, and Sancho will just do his due diligence. And just do his job right. I think Conte will train him, and this is what I was getting on before. I want to see how he adapts players and what they do under him, because this is how he will play. Cavani and Ronaldo up front, Bruno behind him. I've got width, I've got great crosses of the ball in Sancho and Telles either side, and that's how I would go at it. That's not defensive, that's attacking, because my wing-backs are very forward-thinking. And then I would have Matic and Donny in the middle. Matic alongside 4 centre-backs. There you go. Bayer, Lindelof, Varane as the centre-backs. With Matic in front of him, there's 4 defenders. Donny can be that link to Bruno. There's your transition. Telles will get back. Sancho will get back. But even if Sancho doesn't always get back, he could just hover out wide. Bayer can move across to the right. So can Lindelof and Varane. And all of a sudden, Telles comes in to make it a 4 at the back. It's very, very simple in and out of possession for me, and that's what I think is the perfect balance. Pogba, when his suspension ends, still may not get in the team. I don't care. I'm thinking on another level of manager right now, and that's how I would look at it, and that's how I see it. I think this team is set up perfect. Rashford and Greenwood, you're going to have to compete up front. You both want to be strikers. Fair enough. Do what you do best then. Because if you perform in training with a manager like Conte, then you're going to get a chance. If Ronaldo needs that break or Cavani can't play 2 games in a week, you take your chance and make it impossible for him to drop you, because he won't drop you if you're playing well, unlike the scenario that we've got right now. That's how I would play it. Guys, let me know. I've gone on and on and on. Let me know what you think. Get involved. Comment below as always, guys. Give the video a like. Thank you so much for your support. We're already nearly at 21,000 subs on my channel alone. Pushing 1.2 million on the United stand now as well. Brilliant stuff at the moment. Let's hope we can transfer that brilliant stuff of content into United on the pitch. Let me know what you think of my formation at the end as well there. Let me know, because I think this team has got something. I've always said that. And there is positives to come out of the carnage at the moment. And this season is still young. enough to salvage. Easy, I think, and fair enough to judge for the amount of games that have been played, but not completely lost. That's how I see it. Make the change, make things happen. Whether it be under Ole this weekend, we'll see how bold he is. I don't think it will last. I don't think he's the right man. I don't think he should go. Personally, no disrespect, but it's just facts and reality that's taking over right now. That's how I see it. You've heard my team. Let me know what yours is. Thanks for getting involved with the chat, guys, as well. Absolutely brilliant, as always. And the comments from the Instagram post. Let's do more of this, and hopefully I will get a call-in show as well to get your opinions on soon, guys. Maybe in the international break. But for now, I'm going to go get this meeting done. May have an announcement for you or not. I will keep you posted, guys. Cheers, as always, for tuning in. You are awesome. Pretty much like myself. I'm only joking. Guys, cheers for watching. Take care. See you at weekend.